Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. This is episode number 51. The Sacramento Kings just had a heartbreaking loss after a comeback to the Los Angeles Clippers. We almost had a celebration inside of Mojo's local tap and kitchen. We would have shut that place down if LaVine got the ball and shot it instead of DeRozan, but that's a conversation that we'll dive into in a little bit. So actually, let's talk about it right now because
dude, I was not ready for this. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
This is what I was telling RT on the walk back from Mojo's to the City Hall parking garage. I said, you need to feed the ball to the guy with the hot hand. It's simple math. Who had the hot hand? Yes, DeRozan hit that midi, which was a beautiful midi over Zubac to bring it within one. But who got you to that point? LaVine had back-to-back threes. It was his night at the end of the game. Both guys were shooting terribly throughout the whole game, but LaVine found a way to get us back into that game, and I wanted that ball in his hands. And then DeRozan, of course, God. I mean, DeRozan has done so much great for us. I love DeRozan. I mean,
where he caught the ball that far behind the three-point line with 3 seconds left, it's not a lot of good things are going to happen.
But even if LaVine had it there, I think he wouldn't have just rammed into Zubac and chucked it up. I don't know. Talk about it, boys. God, that made me mad.
That last play just looked broken. It didn't look like that's what Doug wanted, right? We got the ball off right when the 5-second mark was going to hit for us to get a 5-second violation. I would have rather seen the ball get swung to Trey because Zubac came and helped. Trey had a wide open three. He had one earlier in the game as well. I think in that situation, obviously you want to get it in LaVine's hands, but it looked like they were denying him the ball. The play didn't, happen to where he could get it. Trey was open, and I think DeMar, I think he just obviously forced a tough shot, tried to draw contact on Zubac there. Obviously, you're not mad at it because he's the clutch player in the league. He's made a shot like that in Dallas, but I think where he caught the ball, I don't think you shoot a three from there over two players. I think you swing the ball to the open man, understand the double team, but I mean, he's a vet, and it does suck, but I think there was a chance we could have got that whistle on Zubac for sure.
I think
it would have been tough, but there was a lot of contact there on that last shot.
Yeah, it's just tough when instead of going for the shot, you try to get the foul instead, especially from that distance.
Distance, I think that's what rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I think that's what.
If he caught it from the mid range and shot over two people, it'd be one thing because we know he's money from the mid range. But where he caught the ball, I think if they bring that double to you that early, you got to swing the ball
easily. Yeah, because like you said, Trey was ready.
They brought the double early too.
Yeah. And what's also crazy is when Sabonis was not in that in the game for that play, they had Zubac out. But then last second, you see Zubac coming in, checking in, and he was the reason why they secured that stop because of Zubac's big body double teaming at the end.
It's
RT, What do you feel about that last play?
Yeah, I think you guys kind of nailed it on the head, right? I felt like that.
That's your new term. Johnny was in the thick of it, and you're nailed it on the head. You've been saying that the last couple pods.
Yeah, I guess so. And you know what? Unlike Minor, I will not say no pun intended, because that's his coin term as well. So he gets two terms. I get one. But yeah, like I said, I think it's really tough to make a better design play. Obviously, yes, you had one timeout. We know that DeMar DeRozan has been clutch for the last 3 years, ever since the Clutch Player of the Year award has been around, even before that, too. So, I think, to me, yes, the ball could have gone to DeRozan because he's been so used to having the ball in the clutch, but when it's not your shooting night and you haven't had the best shooting night ever, I feel like you got to get the ball to somebody who has been the one that got you back in this game, and that was Zach LaVine. He had 2 straight threes and then also 2 straight free throws, too. So he had 8 straight points before DeRozan had that nice, beautiful mid-range. And I get it. Maybe you could have done a little play where you could have gone on an off-ball screen to get DeRozan even more open on that elbow. You never know. I just felt like the spacing in it throughout the entire game wasn't the best spacing that we've had. And I think that's probably been one of our bigger issues that we've had with this team is the spacing on offense just does not fit with our roster.
I mean, it's been a lot better, though. I'm going to say that right now. I mean, before I mean, what was it, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Our offense was almost unwatchable. But the past 3-4 games, I do like the way we're playing. I think our offense looks a lot better. Like Zach LaVine looks way more comfortable out there. I mean, they both shot almost 20 shots each, even though they missed 60% of their shots tonight. But when you look at that aspect of the game, if you look at just at the shot attempts from our 2-star players, we weren't even supposed to be close. I mean, we should have been down 30. We should have been down 30, but our defense carried.
kept us in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we holding the Clippers to 101 points is crazy, but now that all of that emotion from that final play is out the window, let's talk about like what got us there, because the play before, Keegan Murray had an incredible defensive possession on that inbounds play. I think they were trying to throw it to Bogdan, and he got in the way, and he knew right away to call the timeout. That was huge. Yeah. Before that, the fact that James Harden just misses the second free throw twice in a row. He goes 2 for 4 from the free throw line, and the crucial clutch time was crazy. That play, I think it was before that, was when there was like 5 opportunities out of rebound, and then the Clippers ended up getting it, which was crazy. That whole last 2 minutes.
Let's not forget about the Keon Ellis strip.
Oh, the block. You mean the block
on Kawhi. The block on Kawhi, which led to all, because we were down by 10, I believe, right? Or 8?
Yeah,
when he did that. 10, I think that we were down by 10 like with under 5 minutes left.
And that was the defensive stop that kind of started
everything. I think Zach hit the 3, then that happened. We made another 3. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter when it happened, but it all led to where it ended. But man, yeah, that fourth quarter was crazy. Right when we would get close to within striking distance, they would get it back up to 10. It was back and forth, and then those crucial plays at the end where. And the question that I had for you guys when we were watching the game was, I was like, do the Kings have the fight to come back from a 10-point lead with this amount of time left? And the Kings proved that they do.
We do.
We really do. I mean,
we do.
Although, obviously, it did not end the way we were hoping. We all wanted to be celebrating, standing on top of the tables at Mojo's tonight. We were so excited. The atmosphere in that place. If you guys have not been to Mojo's local tap and kitchen, you need to go in there. They have an incredible... It looks like our studio where their TV is... where they watch the Kings games. Yeah. And is so awesome in
they
there.
They have a fun raffle halftime at Kings games where you get to sit in the OG Arco Arena seats.
The blue seats.
You get free appetizer. You get a lot of stuff.
And then you get half off drinks too if you get the raffle.
No, you get a free drink.
Was it free? Yeah, dude, Mojo's is incredible. Yep. So if you guys need a place to watch, if you're not at the game or if you don't want to watch it at home, go to Mojo's. I guarantee you, this was our first time there, and it will not be our last.
It won't be the last. We'll be there a lot for road games too, because that just seems like a great place to go.
Great atmosphere.
Imagine a 4 p.m. game at Mojo's. Come on.
And, I mean, you want to see a win, but it makes the loss a lot better knowing we get to share the pain in a good environment.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you've been to Mojo's, because we're very new to the Mojo scene, but better late than never, because that place was so much fun.
So much fun.
I would say that's probably one of my favorite places to watch a Kings game.
Yeah.
I'll say it, and I've only been there once, but we had such a good time.
Much better than Tom's, much better than all the other places we've been to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just a more of like a comfortable environment.
Oh my God, it was great. It was great. And everyone that's there is there to watch the team, which just makes it more special.
Yep.
Let's talk about our big two. Let's talk about their performances tonight. If you look at the field goal percentage, DeRozan shot 6 for 20 and LaVine shot 9 for 23. So they just did not. That's 2 games in a row now where they had poor field goal percentage.
But you know what? Your offense isn't always going to be there. And especially, when you're going against Dallas, I feel like, whether we're the 10 or the 9 seed, obviously we're going to play Dallas. But I think it's going to be one of those it's going to be a defensive game. I think it's going to be a lot like tonight. Obviously, both teams' offenses can go off. But I feel like it's going to be a kind of a grit and grind battle. And the fact that we held the Clippers to 101 points is really encouraging, because we've seen games where our star players don't shoot well or have the performances like they did tonight, and we lose by 20 or we lose by 30 because we give up when our offense isn't clicking. So I'm encouraged that even though our star players weren't producing like they used to, we were still getting defensive stops, and we were still gave us a chance to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, our defense was great. I mean, just looking at the score throughout the game, you're like, wow, we're holding the Clippers to 70 in the third at the end of the third quarter. Like that's great, but it was just I think defensively the Clippers just are so much more dominant than the Sacramento Kings on defense. I mean, they got a big body in Zubac. They have Kawhi Leonard, I think Kawhi Leonard, obviously, when he's guarding DeRozan, that shows the 6 for 20 right there.
Yeah.
Like
Chris Dunn's one of the most underrated. One of the most underrated defenders in the league.
Same with Derek Jones Jr. Everyone on
Ben
their team
Simmons, obviously we clown him, but he's still a solid defender.
He's a big body. I mean,
that's a good team they got over there.
Yeah, I mean, and RT and I were talking about this again on the walk. Like, you would never. I mean, going into the season, you were not expecting the LA Clippers to be one game away from having 50 wins.
Yeah,
like it's insane. But the addition by subtraction really worked in their favor, getting rid of PG and then letting their other guys thrive, like Norman Powell and a bunch of others. But yeah, I think Kawhi Leonard's defense on DeRozan, that definitely rattled him. Like, you can't just have a DeMar ISO masterclass one. You have Kawhi Leonard guarding him.
James Harden with a triple-double, too.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to mention
11 rebounds from James Harden. I don't think I've never seen James Harden with 11 rebounds in my life. But he was everywhere on the court.
Maybe in Houston.
But like you said, that's addition by subtraction. When you lose Paul George, it gives James... Because James Harden never really looked comfortable on that Clippers team last year. He just looked like a point guard that was trying to pass first, obviously, but he's doing it all. I mean, he led the Clippers in minutes, a little bit more than Kawhi.
Sorry.
But yeah, he was everywhere, and he added that with 2 steals. So it's good. I mean, Kawhi had 28 points, but James Harden was the Clippers MVP today.
I will say this: James Harden. I think when we do our NBA ballots, all NBA ballots, he will be on my all NBA list because
he's solid.
He's been very good for the Clippers. I mean, he's been that reason why he's been the player that he has been. So, I'd say if I was a voter right now, I would put James Harden on my all NBA list.
Third team?
Yeah. I'd say
it's
13.
wild too because like not a lot of people are talking about him. He's obviously an afterthought. Past his prime, you would think, but he's giving us buckets. He's showing up.
James Harden, I mean, he's been in the league a long time. Mm-hmm. He was an all-star this year. A lot of people said it should have gone to Norman Powell, but when Norman Powell was out,
I mean, James Harden's been consistent all year long,
and he's been available. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, Paul George would have. Look how many games Paul George played this year.
Not a lot.
James Harden played. I think he hit more than 65 this season.
Well, yeah, I think he probably missed maybe at least 3-4 games this year. I think.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check that. James Harden played a lot of games this year.
Yeah, and just kind of going back in the game, Devin Carter with 2 steals in the first quarter.
Yeah,
that's solid. I think that are the performances we need if we want to compete for 4 quarters against a good team like the Dallas Mavericks. But yeah, we're going to need our supporting cast to play defense like they did tonight.
Yeah, speaking of the supporting cast, in the previous game, we played 11 guys in the first, after the 11-minute mark in the second quarter. Mm-hmm. And then in tonight, we only had 8 guys play. Mm-hmm. So I think now that we're getting closer to, the play-in, I think Doug is really trying to shorten that rotation. I mean, we signed TD and everyone, the fan base was excited about that, but he has yet to show any minutes. Isaac Jones didn't get any minutes. Jake LaRavia is still injured. I mean, I think once Jake LaRavia gets cleared to play, I think he should be ready by the play-in game. I think he's going to be crucial. I mean, because we've clearly have missed his defense a lot in the past couple games. We really, really need him right now. It was great to have Keegan Murray back. I mean, because Keegan missed a couple games recently, and I mean, without that steal, it would have been a lot different story. But yeah, I think once we get our full unit back, obviously Malik Monk will not be participating in the next 2 games, but I think even without Malik, I think we could definitely beat Phoenix. And then this Mavericks game, that's the ultimate test.
Right? Yeah, Mavericks.
Mavericks is the ultimate test because they had a monster one today. AD almost had a quadruple-double with 7 blocks. So he's going to give us trouble.
We have his kryptonite, though. We
do. But
his kryptonite had a double-double before halftime tonight.
Well, that's true.
But
10-10.
But AD has won the matchup against Sabonis all 4 times this year. And so that is something, and I mentioned it in the last episode too. That's something to be worrisome about.
Wait, we've seen AD 4 times already.
Well, when he was on the Lakers.
So you know what's crazy? We could have seen AD 6 times because 4 with the Lakers, and then he was out that Mavericks game, and then this one. I mean, we could have seen him 6 times, which is crazy. But I think in a different system in Dallas, I think AD.
He's their focal point.
He is their focal point, but he's also there defensively too.
But he was their focal point when JJ Redick was coaching him too.
Exactly. So it doesn't really necessarily change. I mean, the only thing is
he has less weapons.
The roster changes. That's it.
The people around AD are way different.
I think our game plan has to be a little bit different with AD now that he's on Dallas. Obviously, Kyrie's out, but I think our game we have to double him. I think he's just utilized too much in that Dallas offense. We need to let other people beat us on that Dallas team. But our game plan needs to be get the ball out of AD's hands because he's, like you said, he's been cooking lately. Would you agree?
We got to do what the Lakers did because when the Lakers played him in the Luka game, AD was just chilling behind the 3-point arc 80% of the game. And then once he started to, cook in the middle, that's what he's best at. I would much rather him shooting threes all night. Mm-hmm. So we got to find a way. I mean, with him playing the 4, he already naturally kind of hangs out there more. But I mean, in a single game elimination game, I think he's going to try to have the best game of his life. So it's going to be way different. So yeah, I think since Dallas has, 3 massive bigs, do you think, I asked RT this last episode, but Johnny, what do you think with Sabonis and Valanciunas playing together? Do you think we'll see that lineup and probably not to start, but do you think we'll see it at some point?
I think it's possible, but I kind of want to see us attack that big lineup with a small lineup. Obviously, let's feel the game out, but I think with the way Trey's been playing lately, I think we can attack that big lineup with a small lineup, personally. But, we saw, and against the Dallas, we saw the double Lithuanian lineup perform well. So I think we just got to see how the game goes. But I'm not opposed to playing a small lineup against that. Not at all. So especially if we're playing fast, we want the Mavs to play fast. We don't want them to get to their spots, run plays for AD. We want to play fast. Obviously, everyone watching this knows the Kings play better when we're on fast breaks. So I'm not opposed to a small lineup, and especially if we play on the road. And just dusting them in the fast break.
So when you say just get the ball out of AD's hands and let all the other guys beat you, I mean, although Kyrie's not there anymore. I mean, he's not playing obviously with the injury, but like guys like Najee Marshall, I think he's almost a Mount Rushmore Kings killer.
I don't think it's a for sure that no one else on the team can cook, but I think just the way AD's playing, the way Domas kind of, obviously struggles on interior D, I think the game plan's got to be make AD uncomfortable, whether you double him or not, make him uncomfortable to where he's not the one scoring because he's been on a tear lately. But yeah, if you see Najee Marshall start to cook, Spencer Dinwiddie start to cook, Clay start to cook, then you change up your game plan a little bit. But I think it's got to be you show us how we should play, right? Like show us that we need to change our defense, but I think we start by getting the ball out of AD's hands.
Do you think it's going to be more of a because obviously their perimeter, their paint defense is worrisome, with big Daniel Gafford who just blocks every single shot, and Derek Lively, and then AD, when he helps. Do you think we're going to have to shoot ourselves into a win? Shooting a bunch of threes.
I think that's the best way to counter it because we're not gonna defeat them in the interior. That's just not gonna happen. Even with our double Lithuanian lineup, like they have 2. Derek Lively's a pest, a shot blocking pest. Daniel Gafford's a shot blocking pest. AD is who he is. I think we beat them by Trey Lyles making threes. I think we need a big Keegan Murray game. But we got to make them play small. We got to give them no choice but to play small and not play Gafford and AD on the same court together.
I mean, it's going to be tough to do that because
it's going to be tough. But we've seen the Kings do it.
I mean,
we've had our best offensive games with small lineups.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to get them into foul trouble because that would mean Keegan Murray and Zach LaVine driving to the basket, DeMar DeRozan trying to pump fake guys into foul trouble, but getting those guys out into foul trouble, I think, is crucial for us. But I don't know. Dallas, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I was super confident going in, but now I'm like, now that we're getting closer to it, I'm starting to get a little bit more.
We can't match their size. There's no lineup we can put out there that matches their size. The only thing we can do is play our game. And the times the Kings play the best is when we're out and running, We're not thinking too much on offense. We're just getting out, shooting, making shots. And like I said, Trey's been playing awesome lately. He's been great on the defensive end. With his defense
tonight,
on Zubac.
Yeah.
He should have made the game winner tonight. He was open on the wing, but I think we got to play small. Bless you, RT. And
I was coughing. Thank you, though.
excuse you. I think we need to play small and play fast. And I don't want AD to get comfortable. He's scary. He's scary.
Especially after, like, I was telling RT, I was like, you hate to see AD have a night like this close to playing us. And
we need Domas to shoot it well. We need Trey to shoot it well.
Domas has been struggling.
He's been struggling recently. He's been struggling.
His mid range was decent tonight, but I mean, if he could just get like 1 or 2 threes, I think that would be huge. Yeah, but we've talked a lot about the Mavericks. Let's talk about Phoenix, because obviously Phoenix is eliminated. So, which is great.
That's crazy.
Which is great.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
We've seen Kevin Durant's last days in a Phoenix uniform, is my guess.
Devin Booker is like, I don't know how
Devin-
anyone's going to guard us.
I think D-Book is out too. I think D-Book is out of Phoenix in the summer. I think he has to out. He has to.
I would be surprised. I will say this. I would love for him to go back to Detroit, because that's where he's from.
Is he from Detroit?
Booker's from Detroit?
Well, because Booker lived.
I thought he was from the South.
No, he's from Mississippi, but I feel like Devin Booker has had ties to Michigan.
Look that up, John.
Yeah, because he had some ties to Michigan, but he played high school basketball in Mississippi.
I did hear like rumblings that there's a link to them.
He has ties somewhere somehow. So I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Booker found his way in Detroit.
He is from Grand Rapids. He was born and raised there, but then he moved to Mississippi for high school.
Yep. So
If I'm Devin Booker, I'm getting out of there. I mean, I've seen enough. Like, dude,
Can you imagine Booker and Cade on the same team?
that's a perfect fit.
That's a fun fit.
Perfect fit.
And then you get like Jay Nivey in return. I feel like that's a pretty
If you're the
solid.
Pistons, you gotta do that.
That's a solid flip. That's
You
a
have to do
solid
that.
flip.
Yeah, but I think the Phoenix Suns are going to be a team in the West going into next year where they will be at the bottom, which is good. We want more teams in the West to go back.
Their owner's crazy though.
That's what I'm saying.
He just forks out. He's gonna want to stay competitive. I think he's just gonna fork out cash to. I don't think they're gonna be good, but I think he's just gonna fork out cash to somebody.
I just don't think they're going to get what they think they're going to get for Kevin Durant. And then
True.
with the return, I don't know if I'm Booker. Yeah, it's cool to play for one team your whole entire career, but
KD's probably gonna go to
this
Houston.
guy's got to go. I mean, Booker's got to go. But anyways, we play them on Sunday at 12:30. Obviously, this game means way more to us than it does to Phoenix. It means nothing to them. But we saw the other night Harrison Barnes hit a game winner to a San Antonio team over the Warriors when it meant nothing to the Spurs if they won that game. So Phoenix is still going to try and win, So we need to win that game to clinch the 9th seed. Mm-hmm. So obviously the Suns are a way different team without Kevin Durant out there. What do you think? What do you think we need to do, and how do you think it's going to end up?
We just got to take care of business. It doesn't matter how you do it. You cannot lose your last game. You just can't. I mean, I'm just keeping it there very simple. You cannot lose your last game at home to finish the regular season. You just can't lose your last game, period, because you can't leave it up to chance, because Dallas is right now fighting for... they're fighting for that same 9 spot. And Memphis just lost, so they're locked into the play-in no matter what.
Oh, it's a
They're
for sure
they're
lock.
locked. They're locked into play-in.
Just like we want.
Yeah, just like we wanted. But Memphis is still going to try and see if they can get a 7 spot. They're going to try. They're going to try. So... And Dallas is going to try and do the same thing. So you can't assume what's going to happen. So you got to come out and take care of business against a team that has been depleted and defeated all year. So, and if you lose and then Dallas wins, you got to go on the road, which
changes everything.
Which changes everything. It changes, not only that, it also changes draft position too. So that's another thing to look at too, is just that perspective. So, everything changes. So you just got to take care of business on Sunday.
I think we got to do the opposite of what I want us to do against Dallas. I think Sabonis needs to attack Nick Richards. I think we need to.
Boom.
I think we need to have a big Sabonis game. Dude, you're the face of the franchise right now. You're the youngish star, obviously in comparison to DeRozan's age, but we need to attack Nick Richards, get him in foul trouble, make him put in Plumlee or Bol. and I think Sabonis could break Bol Bol in half if he wanted to.
I don't even know who's on that roster anymore.
Right.
It all just feels like it's like scraps at this point.
No, but Johnny,
Except
Johnny
for
you're so
Ryan
right.
Dunn.
That game against Phoenix needs to be a big Sabonis game.
Johnny, you're so right.
I think a Sabonis triple-double is coming on Sunday.
Because I don't see Sabonis having a massive game against Dallas, just with the size. I think
he's going to be a
Phoenix
facilitator
is his
against
game.
Dallas. Yeah,
Phoenix is his game. End the season on a. You need that momentum going into the final game. Like, we can't lose to Phoenix and be on a 3-game losing streak, hoping to find that momentum and find a way to win against Dallas. Like in Dallas too. But there is still a way. If we lose to Phoenix, we could still get the 9th if Dallas ends up losing their last game too. But you do not want your fate of your season to be in another team's hands. Right. That's the last thing you want. RT and I were talking about that on the drive here.
And the magic, the magic number is 1. So the magic number is 1 right now. So that's how you do it for
Kings and 1.
Yep, for that 9 seed, it's 1. So we just got to take care of business.
F the Suns.
Wait, what? AD,
City of Trees.
We just got TD.
Keon Ellis is a pest like a flea.
Keegan Murray for 3.
Levine, just break free.
Kings and 1.
Was Mama Show.
And then,
shout out Shannon Sharp.
And then
we love you.
And then if we win, beat Dallas, we play the 8-9 game.
Kings and 1.
Kings and 1
again.
Man, dude, it's so crazy that
comment Kings and 1.
Kings and 1. If you made it this far, Kings and 1. Hashtag Kings and 1. We had a very fun night tonight because we were filming some very, very fun reels that you will see on the Kang Gang Pod Instagram either tomorrow or the day after. We filmed a couple. But if you're listening here, we'll tell you about them because it's so funny to talk about because we did a video where we had a photo of a past Kings player, and the first person to say who that Kings player was would get a prize. And let me tell you, it was such a disheartening feeling to see all these people just walk, literally, eye contact, reading the sign, and not know who some of these absolute Kings legends were. So when you watch the video, let us know what you think because let us know
if you would have got those players.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not going to say who they were right now because I want to for you to know. I want you to experience it when it comes out.
They weren't the hardest guesses. Like, if you were a Kings fan true and you watched games from, like, 2011 on, you would know the players that we had.
Yeah.
Well, I will say one thing, though. I know we post them on Instagram, but we also post those reels on YouTube and TikTok,
we sure do. So you'll see them somewhere.
Yeah.
You'll see them somewhere.
And if you aren't following us on TikTok, please follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on Instagram because we love having multi-dimensional content in all spaces.
But also follow at RT Clark 96
on OnlyFans.
Yeah, because he has some crazy content.
It's crazy content.
It is.
He'll do a lot of things for $20.
Yes, literally. That is true.
$20 all it takes.
That's true.
He'll do a lot of dirty things for you.
That's true.
Anyway,
true.
But it was just so fun, just being with the boys, connecting with fans. Obviously, it was disheartening that they weren't. There's a lot of casuals out there wearing Kings gear. Not you watching, because if you're watching here, you're not a casual.
Locked in. You are locked in.
And you would have gotten that right if we asked you. But the ones that some of the guys or people that we saw at the Golden One, some of them were casuals. But the people that won were very deserving. You could tell they were really good Kings fans.
I think every single prize, and I would like to say, I think the prizes were fantastic. By the way, the prizes went to the right people.
I agree.
And everyone was very happy about what they got. Yeah. I will give one thing away. When we give away the Monarchs towel, it's a beach towel, by the way. It's like a 6-foot beach towel. That guy was thrilled.
Yeah.
And then we gave away a Kings stacking doll, and that guy was so happy about that too. And you'll see in the video that guy. He very well deserved. So that was so much fun, and I want to keep doing videos at the G1C. But yeah, I think that's a great way to get the fan base involved even more and more.
Absolutely. That was so fun.
If you were, I'm surprised that the Kings, people that work for the Kings team aren't doing what we're doing. These are brilliant ideas. I don't know.
They're busy. They're getting ready to make the post an hour after the game. So they're queuing it up. Vivek doesn't pay him enough. Anyway,
That's true. That is true. That is true.
It's Anyway, leave a comment if you would like to see us possibly do a little recording outside of Golden One sometime.
Yeah, we were talking about it today. We're like, might as well let's just set up a booth.
Yeah.
Let's just set up a booth, start filming.
Let's do it.
Interview
There's
the fans on the
signs
go
everywhere. We can do it.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to see us do, we want to just have a lot of fun things like planned for the summer and everything. But it's crazy. After Sunday's game, 52 episodes for season 1 of the Kang Pod.
Man.
Well,
crazy.
technically, season's not over quite yet.
Just
because
the regular season.
We have
Regular
regular
season.
season. Yeah. So,
But
Oh, yeah.
considering
Well,
we
we're
started,
playing till June, guys.
I would say, like, I will argue that the regular season, then playing games, and if we make the playoffs, that is like one full entire season, rather than just like you know
don't
what I
like
mean.
breaking it up.
Okay,
No.
Mr. Official. All right.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's just I just like it that way too, because like
Right. I think it's been, man, it has been a journey through this season. This podcast has given not only me but everyone, me and you guys, an outlet to talk about the Kings, change our perspectives, because we don't always agree on every take. We do for the most part, but I think we each make each other smarter, more knowledgeable about the Kings, more knowledgeable about different stats. We get to vent to each other. But this season, what a season to start this podcast off.
No better season.
I don't think
no better season.
and obviously we don't plan this, but what a season to start this podcast off with news, with shams bombs, with everything that's gone on with the Kings. I can't remember a more drama-filled season than this past season.
No,
and I'm not just saying this.
This was the best season. We were talking about, like, if we were to start during 2022, 2023 season, which was when we first thought about doing this, we would have started at the mountaintop and it would have just gone down.
Right.
It's a much different story when we start, where the drama of this season is at an all-time high, and now it's like, how do we correct that, and how do we just keep climbing up? So it's like, I like where we started. I think it couldn't have been better timing.
Yeah,
but,
and we've built such a great viewership and people that have been involved in comments and have said such nice things, and it's good that, like you said, we've gotten them in a turmoil season versus people that are just rooting for the Kings, like in the Beam Team era, just because it's the cool thing to do. They're the small market. The people that are watching us are really true fans that want to be in the drama with us. So that's
people
been
that
the coolest
listen
part.
Are dialed in, and we can't thank you enough. Today, another funny story happened. When we first started recording, I was recording RT holding up the signs, and this little kid, he was like, I know you guys. You guys made that one video when Fox got traded. And then he started singing the song that me and RT, we literally made up like that De'Aaron Fox, when he got traded. We made up that song in like 5 seconds, and we just thought it would be funny. The video ended up doing very well. Ended up getting like over 75,000 views on Reels, but this kid knew the lyrics to the song and was singing it.
Incredible.
Like, that was probably the highlight outside of Mojo's, but that was the highlight of the filming, I think. And I think RT got that on the glasses, right?
I think I did. You did. I think I did. Either on the glasses or on video.
Or on
one
the
of
mic.
the two.
Because I
one of
was
the two.
recording it too. So
maybe on the mic. We'll see.
I haven't looked back on that footage yet, but I'm excited to get those videos out. But
It's a fun day.
it was a great day. 51 episodes in.
Great
Tough
day with the boys.
Loss, though. My
Would
God.
have been nice to
tough
end on the
loss.
win.
But, man, shouts out to Mojo's again. They are the unofficial sponsor of the Kang Pod. Maybe that will change. Who knows? Maybe I DM'd them. Maybe I DM'd them after my
We'll see.
fabulous experience. Maybe I wanted to let them know.
We share a lot of comments with them.
We do.
For sure.
I mean,
Love the
that would
Kings.
be the
We love
perfect
beer with the
Yeah.
Kings.
I think that would be the
That'd be fun.
perfect combination. So if you want to see some Kang Pod live episodes at Mojo's local tap and kitchen, hey, DM Mojo's on Instagram for us. Let them know that
Let
the
'em
Kang
know.
Gang Pod wants to be a part of it. Let them know, because
We
hey,
want to be a part of that community.
and
we want Mojo as a part of this community.
I want to meet Mojo.
I
Like,
do.
like, who is he?
I don't know.
I've never had this much fun at a little.
Is it two owners? Is it Morgan and Joe? And they both own it together?
It might be Morgan and Jordan. You never
Morgan
know.
and Jordan.
It might be. Or
If
might
you know
be,
the owner of Mojo's,
yeah, please
comment.
let us know.
Please comment.
Maybe it's Maurice and Jones.
Or maybe Jonas owns it with Mo Harkless?
Mo Harkless and Jonas. Guys, we've talked about Mojo so much in this podcast.
Just go. We're not hyping it up.
Just
for no
get
reason.
over there. And
What'd you get for food?
I got the onion rings, and the onion rings were really good.
Bomb.
Really good.
I got the fried chicken sandwich, some fries,
Oh, that
crispy
was-
Brussels sprouts was
yeah.
really good.
ask what I got.
What'd you
I got the Malik Monk burger.
Ooh.
They name the food after the players.
Was it had a little bacon on it?
Dude,
A little juicy.
it had a little bit of being reevaluated in 2 weeks. It had a little bit of that. It had a little little green polo. It had a little bit of
pizza guy.
had a
in
little
it.
pizza guy special. Guys,
When they serve you the burger too, they say
they say "Humity, humity." Guys,
Check it
go
out.
to Mojo's.
Check it out.
Man.
Need
But-
more places like that. inside.
Seriously.
We do. Shout out.
I mean, it's not even that far of a walk from Doco. I think it took us 15-minute walk. Excellent walk. You get all the Sacramento landmarks on the way. Guys, we're
Steps in.
hyping up this place so much, so just go and bring your dog.
Yes.
Bring your puppies.
They have a wall of dog pictures, and there's the pups around everywhere.
You gotta bring your dog to Mojo's.
We brought our dogs. We
Right there.
we brought,
Man,
we brought
yeah,
our dogs.
I'm a dog.
RT was barking after that second beer.
I was going.
Right when DeRozan shot that final shot, RT was barking.
yeah,
we had to put a leash
We
on
had to
him.
put a leash on him because he almost got us kicked out.
Dude,
when you guys walked
I
your
will
car, wasn't
say-
he on all fours and you had him on a leash?
Hey, shout out! Listen. If Travis Hunter can do the dog celebration, why not me? Every time that somebody hits a three,
Dude, you
that's-
should.
Is that gonna be your new thing?
like anytime that somebody hits a three, I've done that celebration before, and it's a lot of fun.
RT, if we have the playing game at home, you gotta wear the full fit again.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta wear the hat.
Oh, I know.
You gotta wear the matching.
That'll be fun to wear.
You
to
need to rock that tease.
That'll be fun to wear.
Yes.
That'll be fun to wear.
Please
have to.
do. And then Johnny, if you go to the game,
Here, I'll give this back to you.
no, this is what you're wearing right here. You're wearing this.
tie.
You're wearing this little
Oh
necktie.
yeah, and then
I
you
don't know if I
like
could take it off with one hand. I'm kind of struggling
get
here.
like
but
a business attire because you're all in business. Oh, that looks kind of tough though too, dude. Look, you're ready for that too.
Let's go, dude.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, 51 episodes, 81 games, one more game to go.
One more
One more game.
One more game.
Best case scenario is we go 40 and 40. No, sorry.
Yeah, 40 and 42.
40 and 42 for the season,
Man.
We're getting 40 wins this year.
which is under the ESPN prediction.
Which we laughed
we're not
at.
going 500 this season, which is crazy. So this is technically not a winning season.
it's a losing season for
It's
us.
a losing season for us. How crazy would it be for a losing team in the West to find a way to the 8th seed?
Seen crazier stuff.
Because the teams that would potentially miss out if that were to happen are teams with close to 50 wins. Imagine breaking their hearts and just making them so mad that the play-in exists, and we're here so excited that the play-in exists.
Jaw's gonna throw so many grenades in the freaking crowd if that happens.
He changed his celebration. Did you see it? Yeah, RT, show him.
Show him, RT.
Wait, is it still the throw the grenade and cover the ears?
Yep.
Still is.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought it was just the cover the ear. I thought
No,
he changed
he
it.
throws the grenade.
I knew about the grenade. I thought he got rid of the grenade.
He did that a lot in the game against Minnesota last night. He just did that for every three.
He's obsessed with.
well,
Dude, he loves
and then,
crying.
what, did you see
Yeah.
the other one?
Did you say cry?
I don't know.
Did you see the other one?
Keeps
though?
doing violent things.
Did you see? Did you see the other one where it looked like he was carrying like a machine gun too?
Dude.
It was
The
like
one that Buddy healed?
no, the one. It was also like in that Thursday game. Like there was a bucket that he made and it was like off a timeout, and he was carrying it kind of. It was carrying like this. Like I'm like trying to hold it while I'm doing the mic, but it was like trotting around, and it looked like he was carrying a machine gun.
Dude, this guy just wishes he was in Call of Duty.
Dude.
He wishes he was
He does
at
not want to see me in
Verdansk.
Fortnite. I'll tell you that. Put a purple scar to the dome.
Oh my god!
That guy just wishes he was dropping in instead of playing on the court,
I
which is
know.
crazy.
He doesn't
Man,
deserve to be in the
I can't
playoffs.
believe you said this guy just loves
He
crime.
does. He keeps doing all this shooting.
Dude, I I hope that we beat Phoenix, beat Dallas, and then we could just talk about a freaking Kings versus Grizzlies game.
Oh,
Johnny's gonna
God.
come in with some wild things to say about Ja,
dude.
which I
Dude.
cannot wait to hear.
Dude, I mean, it could be the last game. If we beat Dallas, and that's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. One game at a time, though.
One game at a time, but just take care of business because, again, the momentum would be huge going into that Mavericks game.
Huge.
Take care of business again, and then shock the world.
Shock the
Shock
world.
the world. We're not supposed to be in the playoffs. We're not.
We're too talented, man. We're too talented to just give up and
No.
be a team. We are too talented to be under 500.
And
We're a
you've seen it
serious
recently.
franchise.
You see how Levine is inserting himself. I mean, he looks like a different
Yeah.
player. I mean, right when we got him, except for that Player of the Week award, he looked like, lost out there. He didn't know his role, but now he knows why he's there.
And we got some good film today, good defensive film on the Clippers. So
We need
I think
it.
the boys are going to watch it. They're going to learn. Coach Christie is going to point some things out. And, they're going to reuse some of that stuff they did against the Clippers, I think. I mean, look at the game. Look at the game plan on Zubac,
Yeah. I mean,
he was kind of an afterthought today. I mean,
Sort of.
what was his? I
He
mean,
had a double-double tonight.
of course.
double, but he didn't have a
He had like,
crazy.
17 and 10, right? If I
Dude,
remember.
he is.
He's a monster. He's a monster.
So good.
Yeah, 17 and 10. But he made his impact defensively. We stopped him offensively.
Right.
But I mean, it's...
You got to play physical.
Yeah,
You gotta play
that's
physical.
all it is. So,
Isn't that insane that Zubac has been in the league for 8 years now?
yeah.
I remember when he was with the Lakers, he looked so young, but now, dude, he's just blossomed.
I know.
Love to have that guy on our team.
That'd be
I'll tell you
nice.
that right now.
Oh, yeah.
But man, well, I don't think there's much more to discuss tonight.
No.
Nope.
We had a lot of technical difficulties. It took us about 45 minutes to start recording because I don't know what was happening, but it would not work. But hey, we got an episode out.
We did.
No matter what, it's really
Wow.
late. So
Yeah.
if this episode was a little jumbled and all over the place, well, so be it. Thank
So
you for
be it.
sticking around because hey,
Yes.
not every podcast will be perfect.
It's true.
And you know why? Because the Sacramento Kings aren't even close to perfect.
No, not
But
even
you know
close.
what is perfect?
What?
Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mojos.
Mojo's.
You guys
yeah.
both
Mojos.
pointed to me.
Tap and
Thank
kitchen.
you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No,
No, but
because-
it's Mojos. It's
Yeah,
Mojos.
it is
It's Mojos.
Mojos. It is
It's
Mojos.
That was the
Mojos.
highlight of the day.
Yeah,
We could
that
have
was
lost by
fun.
50, and it would have been fine because
Yeah,
we went to
because we were at
Mojos.
Mo-
Ah,
Yeah.
it's a Mojo's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out Harkless. Shouts out Valachunas.
Shouts out Mo
Shouts out
Harkless.
to all the listeners out there. Thank you so much for watching.
No, Mo Harkless owns it with Corey Joseph. We love you.